In this video, we explore the 5 compelling reasons why Bitcoin stands out in the digital currency landscape. From its decentralized nature and security features to its potential as an investment and role in financial inclusion, we'll uncover what makes Bitcoin a revolutionary force. Join us as we dive into the world of Bitcoin and discover its unique advantages. Let's delve deeper into the nuances of Bitcoin's decentralized model and its implications. Bitcoin operates on a decentralized network that eliminates the need for central authorities or intermediaries. Decentralization enhances security and trust. Bitcoin transactions are recorded on a public ledger known as the blockchain, which is maintained by a network of nodes rather than a single entity, making it less vulnerable to fraud or corruption. For instance, in early 2021, a study by Chainalysis revealed that only 0.5% of Bitcoin transactions are criminal in nature, highlighting the effectiveness of the decentralized system in ensuring security and trust. Users have complete control over their funds. With Bitcoin, individuals can manage their funds through private wallets, enabling them to send or receive transactions without relying on banks or financial institutions. This autonomy was evident in 2020 during the pandemic, when traditional banking systems faced significant delays. Bitcoin users were able to transact freely without interference or dependence on banking infrastructures. Decentralization fosters innovation. The open-source nature of Bitcoin allows developers worldwide to contribute to its improvement, fostering a community driven by innovation and collaboration. A prime example is the Lightning Network, a second-layer solution designed to enhance Bitcoin's scalability and transaction speed, which was developed through community contributions, illustrating how decentralization can drive technological advancements. Understanding the underlying security mechanisms behind Bitcoin is essential to appreciate its integrity as a digital currency. The blockchain technology underpinning Bitcoin ensures a high level of security against hacking and fraud. Blockchain employs cryptographic techniques for security. Each Bitcoin transaction is secured by cryptographic protocols, requiring complex mathematical computations that make hacking nearly impossible. This cryptographic security operates on various algorithms, including SHA-256, which is utilized to hash the Bitcoin blocks. For every transaction, miners must solve these complex puzzles to secure the block, which requires not only high computing power, but also significant energy consumption. The substantial effort involved in this cryptographic process acts as a deterrent against potential attackers, making it nearly infeasible to alter transactional data without detection. Immutability builds trust in transactions. Once a transaction is confirmed on the Bitcoin blockchain, it cannot be altered or deleted, which helps to prevent double spending. This immutability stems from the consensus mechanism known as proof of work, POW. When miners confirm transactions, they add them to a block that chains back to the original block where the first transaction was recorded. This creates a permanent record, and any attempt to change a past transaction would require altering all subsequent blocks, which is computationally prohibitively expensive. For instance, if an attacker wanted to alter a block that is 10 blocks deep in the chain, they would need to recompute all 10 blocks simultaneously, a task that requires as much computational power as the rest of the network combined. Decentralized validation protects against attacks. Bitcoin's network consists of thousands of miners verifying transactions, making it exceedingly difficult for any single entity to manipulate the system. This decentralized validation operates under a peer-to-peer network structure where each node has access to the entire blockchain. When a transaction is initiated, it is broadcast to the network, and miners independently validate it against the consensus rules, ensuring authenticity before adding it to the blockchain. According to reports, there are over 1 million unique Bitcoin addresses. And while the top 10 mining pools control a significant portion of hashing power, they would still require the cooperation of the rest of the network to launch a successful attack. This level of decentralization acts as a fortification against potential hacks, fraud, or centralized manipulation. The growing recognition of Bitcoin as an investment asset is supported by a multitude of factors that underscore its value. Bitcoin has gained recognition as a store of value and a hedge against inflation, attracting both individual and institutional investors. Bitcoin's price has shown significant appreciation over the years. Since its inception in 2009, Bitcoin's value has surged from less than $1 to reaching an all-time high of over $64,000 in April 2021. This dramatic increase represents a staggering percentage increase of over 6,400,000%. Such astronomical growth has drawn attention not only from retail investors chasing prospects of rapid wealth accumulation, but has also prompted many to consider Bitcoin akin to digital gold. Many analysts attribute this growth to a combination of factors, including increased adoption rates and a growing recognition of Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation. In fact, periods of economic uncertainty often see Bitcoin prices rising as investors turn to cryptocurrencies to protect their wealth. Institutional adoption signals growing confidence. Major companies and financial institutions, such as Tesla and MicroStrategy, have invested billions in Bitcoin, underscoring its legitimacy as an asset class. In August 2020, MicroStrategy made headlines by purchasing $250 million worth of Bitcoin as part of its corporate strategy to acquire and hold digital assets. Following their lead, in February 2021, Tesla announced a $1.5 billion investment in Bitcoin, further legitimizing its status in mainstream finance. The involvement of these high-profile institutions not only contributes to driving up Bitcoin's price, but fosters a sense of legitimacy in the cryptocurrency space, encouraging more investors to explore Bitcoin as a viable investment option. Bitcoin's scarcity enhances its value proposition. With a capped supply of 21 million coins, Bitcoin is designed to become increasingly scarce over time, which can drive its value higher as demand grows. The principle of supply and demand plays a crucial role in the economics of Bitcoin. As more people become interested in investing in Bitcoin, the finite supply creates upward pressure on prices. Economic models suggest that, given its scarcity and increasing demand, Bitcoin will likely experience price appreciation, particularly as we move closer to the last Bitcoin expected to be mined, projected around the year 2140. This intrinsic scarcity, compared to traditional fiat currencies which can be printed at will, positions Bitcoin as a hedge against inflation, further refining its status as a long-term store of value. These benefits illustrate how Bitcoin is not just a digital currency, but a transformative tool for economic empowerment. Bitcoin offers a viable alternative for individuals lacking access to traditional banking systems, promoting financial empowerment. Bitcoin can be accessed with just a smartphone. According to the World Bank, approximately 1.7 billion adults globally remain unbanked, yet many have access to mobile phones, making Bitcoin accessible. This highlights the stark contrast in accessibility between traditional banking and Bitcoin. While banking institutions often require physical branches and extensive documentation to open an account, Bitcoin can be accessed and used with a smartphone and internet connection. In countries where banking infrastructure is limited, mobile technology is often more prevalent, allowing individuals to engage in the digital economy. Cross-border transactions are simplified. Bitcoin enables users to send money across borders with lower fees compared to traditional remittance services, which often charge 7 to 10% in fees. For instance, a migrant worker sending money back home to support their family can save significantly by using Bitcoin instead of standard remittance services, which can be prohibitively expensive. This not only maximizes the amount received by the family, but also encourages financial flexibility and independence for those in low-income situations. Bitcoin fosters economic independence. Individuals in unstable economies can store their wealth digitally, shielding themselves from hyperinflation and currency devaluation. A poignant example is found in Venezuela, where hyperinflation has rendered the national currency nearly worthless. Citizens have turned to Bitcoin as a lifeline, allowing them to preserve their savings and engage in commerce without the fear of losing their wealth overnight due to currency fluctuations. This digital alternative provides a financial haven for those who are often marginalized by traditional banking systems. These features collectively bolster the credibility of the Bitcoin network. The Bitcoin network operates on a public ledger, providing transparency that traditional financial systems often lack. All transactions are publicly recorded. The blockchain allows anyone to verify transactions, providing a level of transparency that is not achievable with traditional banking systems. In a traditional banking setup, transactions are recorded in private ledgers that only the banks can access, making it challenging for third parties to trace the flow of money or verify the legitimacy of transactions. In contrast, Bitcoin utilizes a decentralized blockchain where every transaction is recorded with a timestamp and viewable by anyone. This system allows for unprecedented transparency. As of October 2023, the Bitcoin blockchain contains over 700 million transactions, each accessible and immutable. This level of open record keeping fosters trust among users as there are no hidden practices or obscure dealings. Enhanced accountability reduces fraud risk. With every transaction being traceable on the blockchain, the likelihood of fraudulent activity decreases significantly, instilling confidence in users. The immutable nature of blockchain technology means that once a Bitcoin transaction is entered into the ledger, it cannot be altered or deleted. This trait significantly reduces occurrences of fraud and double spending, unlike traditional financial systems, where unauthorized transactions may not be immediately detectable. A case in point is the infamous collapse of Mt. Gox, a Bitcoin exchange that lost approximately 850,000 BTC, largely due to internal fraud and poor security practices. In the aftermath, the transparent nature of the blockchain has only amplified calls for accountability in the cryptocurrency space, prompting exchanges to adopt more stringent measures and protocols. Transparency promotes regulatory compliance. Regulators can monitor Bitcoin transactions more effectively, which helps in combating money laundering and other illicit activities. For instance, the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, has utilized blockchain's transparency features to track illicit transactions and address concerns around tax evasion and money laundering. According to a 2022 report from Chainalysis, more than $8.6 billion in cryptocurrency was associated with illicit activities, yet the traceability afforded by the blockchain allows agencies to follow the money trail. As regulators gain a better understanding of the transaction patterns, they can create a framework that supports innovation while ensuring consumer protection and compliance with anti-money laundering regulations. In conclusion, Bitcoin's decentralized nature, robust security features, investment potential, role in financial inclusion, and inherent transparency make it a compelling choice in today's digital economy. As we move into an increasingly digital future, understanding the advantages of Bitcoin can empower you to make informed decisions about your financial journey. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for more insights on cryptocurrency.